Tom Selleck, born in 1945, is one of the most enduring icons of American television, a man known for his dashing image, signature mustache, and Hawaiian shirt as Thomas Magnum in the hit series Magnum P.I. He became the embodiment of cool and rugged masculinity in the 1980s, an actor who won both an Emmy and a Golden Globe. Yet, after decades of maintaining a respectful silence, at age 80, Selleck has decided to speak publicly about one of the most profound and formative influences in his life and career: James Garner. Why would a man with a solid career and a stable private life keep quiet about a mentor and friend he had respected for many years? Is it possible that Hollywood, with its dazzling aura, creates an invisible pressure for stars to hide the elements that make them who they really are? Or is Selleck waiting carefully, afraid that his words will not be able to express the immense gratitude he feels? Let's explore the brilliant career journey and the hidden corners of his spirit to understand the truth that Selleck finally revealed behind that perfect facade. Thomas William Selleck was born on January 29, 1945, in Detroit, Michigan, to a working-class family. His family later moved to Sherman Oaks, California, where Selleck grew up in the post-World War II era. Growing up in Southern California, Selleck initially developed a great passion for sports, especially basketball. He even attended the University of Southern California on a basketball scholarship, playing for the USC Trojans while studying business administration. Acting was not the career path he initially envisioned. However, fate had other plans. A drama coach at USC encouraged him to consider acting. After taking a few classes and appearing in a few commercials, including the famous Pepsi commercial of the 1960s, Selleck became attracted to the stage and the camera. With his natural charisma, tall stature, 6'3", and rugged good looks, he quickly became a standout, paving the way for his later legendary career. Selleck served in the California Army National Guard from 1967 to 1973, reaching the rank of sergeant. Selleck's early acting career was filled with struggle and perseverance. He guest-starred on numerous television shows throughout the 60s and 70s, including roles on The Dating Game and The Rockford Files. Although these were small opportunities, they helped him gain experience, hone his craft, and establish valuable connections in Hollywood. His career peaked in 1980 when he was cast as private detective Thomas Magnum in the hit CBS series Magnum P.I. With his signature Aloha shirt, Ferrari sports car, and recognizable mustache, Selleck became the epitome of 1980s masculinity. The show ran for 8 successful seasons, earning Selleck an Emmy and a Golden Globe. The role of Magnum was not only a commercial success, but also allowed Selleck to create one of the most enduring TV characters of the decade. Charming, yet tough, witty, yet profound, bringing warmth, humor, and authenticity to the role. Along with television, Selleck also branched out into film. His most notable work during this period was the comedy 3 Men and a Baby, 1987, a box office success that demonstrated his versatility beyond action roles. He also appeared in westerns such as Quigley Down Under, 1990, which he considers one of his best, highlighting his love of the genre. In later years, Selleck continued to stay relevant in Hollywood by reinventing himself, taking on roles that reflected his maturity and charisma. From 2010 to 2024, he played Frank Reagan, the New York City police chief and head of a law enforcement family, on the CBS drama series Blue Bloods. The role brought dignity, authority, and emotional depth, cementing his status as one of the most enduring television stars of all time. Behind the stage spotlight, Selleck's personal life was relatively stable, but still faced its early ups and downs. From 1971 to 1982, Selleck was married to model Jacqueline Ray. During this time, Selleck made one of the most important personal decisions of his life. He decided to legally adopt Jacqueline's stepson, Kevin Shepard. This decision reflected Selleck's deep sense of responsibility and desire to build a stable family life, despite the pressures of his burgeoning Hollywood career. Kevin later became a professional drummer and achieved success with the American rock band Tonic. After his divorce, Selleck's personal life led him to meet the woman who would become his lifelong partner, Jilly Joan Mack, an English actress and dancer. They married on August 7, 1987. The marriage was kept private, reflecting his preference to keep his personal life away from the intense scrutiny of Hollywood. They welcomed their only daughter, Hannah Margaret Selleck, in December 1988. Unlike many other celebrity children, Hannah chose a different path, developing a passion for horses and becoming a successful, internationally respected, competitive equestrian. The Sellecks chose to live in a peaceful setting, away from the bustling neighborhoods of Hollywood. They resided on a 60-acre avocado farm in Hidden Valley, near Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, California. Despite his fame, Selleck immersed himself in the day-to-day responsibilities of farm life. He expressed satisfaction in working with his hands on the land, explaining that physical work outdoors was far more satisfying than hitting the gym. Selleck humorously said that he worked cheaper than anyone I could hire, revealing his strong work ethic and pride in maintaining his home. The ranch was more than just property. It represented a lifestyle, a philosophy, a counterbalance to the chaotic world of Hollywood. Ironically, his glittering career and stable off-screen life masked an invisible emotional debt and another hidden personal crisis, which Selleck only dared to address publicly when he turned 80. For decades, Selleck carefully avoided discussing James Garner in depth, fearing that his words could not capture the immense respect and gratitude he felt. It wasn't until he had the vision of a long and successful career that he was ready to share his true self about the man he considered not just a colleague, but a mentor, a role model, and ultimately a friend. After Garner's death in 2014, Selleck offered a brief tribute, calling Garner a mentor and a friend, and I will miss him. Selleck's long silence about Garner is at odds with how deeply Garner meant to him. Selleck recalls that his admiration for Garner began long before they worked together. Like millions of Americans, Selleck grew up watching Maverick in the 1950s, where Garner exuded a natural, approachable charisma that defied the grim, rugged cowboy image of the time. Garner had a rare ability to combine toughness with grace, sharp humor with genuine humanity. For Selleck, Garner represented something rare in Hollywood: authenticity. That early admiration turned into a life-changing opportunity in the 1980s when Selleck, already famous for his role as Thomas Magnum, was cast opposite Garner in The Rockford Files, Friends and Foul Play, and later in other projects. Selleck admits he was nervous before their first meeting, afraid that the great TV icon might seem aloof or cold. The hidden truth that Selleck revealed was not a scandal, but an outpouring of deep gratitude for an influence that had shaped his life. Instead of being aloof, Garner immediately caught Selleck off guard with his warmth, humor, and humility. "Jim doesn't have a fake bone in his body," Selleck admits. "He treats everyone from the director to the boom mic guy with the same level of respect. That taught me more about being a professional than any acting class." Garner's influence went beyond professional protocol. During his long days on set, Garner became Selleck's confidant, offering advice not just on the mechanics of acting, but also on how to survive in an industry that often chews up stars. Garner warned Selleck about the pitfalls of fame, ego, complacency, and the temptation to sacrifice integrity for success. He encouraged Selleck to keep his feet on the ground, reminding him that no role, no paycheck was worth sacrificing his dignity. These lessons took root in Selleck, who frequently credited Garner with helping him navigate Hollywood without losing himself. The root cause behind Tom Selleck's truth was not a sensational scandal or a media shock, but a three-layered interweaving of influences: personal, societal, and systemic. It was a quiet journey of a man trying to live up to the values he admired in James Garner, a mentor, friend, and moral role model whom Selleck followed throughout his career and personal life. James Garner has long been seen as a paragon of integrity. He was not only a successful TV star, but also a family man, loyal, steadfast, and calm. Garner's long marriage to Lois Clark became a profound inspiration to Selleck. At the height of his fame, rather than continue to be caught up in the Hollywood whirlwind, Selleck chose a different path. He left Magnum P.I. to spend time with his wife, Jilly Mack, and daughter Hannah on their California ranch. The decision was not impulsive, but the result of an ideal nurtured by Garner, choosing family and stability over the never-ending spotlight. But the road hasn't always been smooth. Despite his efforts to maintain his integrity, Selleck has faced social challenges, most notably the 2015 water lawsuit. Amid a severe drought in California, he was accused of illegally diverting some 1.4 million gallons of water from the Coleguas irrigation district to Hidden Valley to irrigate his avocado farm. The incident left the public questioning the image of an upright sheriff on screen in Blue Bloods, which suddenly contrasted with his personal actions in real life. Although Selleck settled the lawsuit by paying the entire cost of the investigation, the incident left a small mark on his image, a testament to the double pressure of living up to his ideals in a world of constant scrutiny. The culmination of that truth was not a lawsuit or a dramatic incident, but a moment when Selleck publicly acknowledged his personal debt to James Garner. The two men shared a deep connection, not through flashy statements, but through light-hearted conversations, stress-busting laughter, and an understanding of the burdens of celebrity. Garner, who had his own health and career struggles, was often the one to help Selleck find balance when he felt overwhelmed by the whirlwind of fame. He had a way of dispelling your worries with a laugh or a story, Selleck recalls. Jim made you believe that everything would be okay, even when the pressure was unbearable. Looking back, Selleck realizes that Garner was not just a colleague, but also a reflection of the man he wanted to become. Selleck's choice to break his silence was not to shock or change his image, but rather a sincere thank you. It's not a dark truth in the usual sense. No betrayal, no scandal, just deep gratitude and an immeasurable emotional debt. For years, Selleck kept this truth to himself, perhaps because he felt that public talk would diminish the depth of his influence. But as he turns 80, he chooses to share it with the world, as a way of affirming the values that have shaped him. "I owe him more than I can ever repay," Selleck says. "James Garner set the standard for everything I've tried to be, and at this age, I can honestly say I'm still trying to live up to it." This truth doesn't undermine Tom Selleck's image. On the contrary, it makes it deeper and more real. In an age where stories are exaggerated for attention, it's rare for a man to speak so openly about gratitude and personal honesty. It portrays Selleck as both strong and humble, an icon not because he's perfect, but because he knows who helped make him who he is. Tom Selleck's life and career are a rare example in Hollywood of the importance of stability, family, and personal integrity. The truth revealed at age 80 isn't about a hidden tragedy, but a heartfelt tribute to a mentor who helped him find balance and avoid the trappings of fame. Selleck's legacy lies not just in playing Thomas Magnum or Frank Reagan, but in how he chose to live his life, prioritizing character over money and stability over glamour. This fact also raises a profound question. Is honesty and silent gratitude, as Selleck did for Garner, the last remaining dark truth we can accept? Or does society need to change its perception of the invisible burden celebrities face, where silence is sometimes not a cover-up, but a form of protection of sacred respect and dignity?